Earlier in the year, I made a video showing you how you could automate your social media reporting with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And now I'm back again, this time showing you how you can do it for Facebook and LinkedIn using Make and Google Sheets. Let's go. So the first step is going to be to create your Facebook ad. So click here on Create App. Then you're going to choose the type, and it should be business. Next. Then you will add the name and your contact email, and then you can click on Create App. Then you will have to put your password. Okay, so now my app is created. Then now you can add products, and what we're going to need for the Facebook page reporting is the marketing API. So click on Setup. Now that the app is created, we can use the Graph API Explorer to start playing with the different API calls and the different requests available. So here what we're going to need to do in order to get a page access token is to first choose our app, which is good. Then we're going to choose the get page access token. Then I'm going to be able to continue as me. And here they will ask you what pages you want to use with this new app you created. And as you can see here, you can get the ID of each page you manage, give the app access to those pages. So just click on next. This is okay, just done. And then there you go. Not only you have your access token, but you also have your page ID. So this is our access token for the page, but one thing is that this access token is a short access token. So if you click on the little information icon, you can see that this token will expire in an hour, because I'm filming this video on September 25. So I'm going to extend the duration of this token by clicking on Open in Access Token Tool. And then I'm going to click on Extend Access Token. So this token will last for 3 months, and whenever it's about to expire, so before November 24 in my case, what I have to do if I want to extend it is just to come to this page and then extend this access token. So now we can actually build our report. So the different metrics that are available are in the Facebook documentation. So if you go to the Insights page, here you will have the list of all the metrics available for pages and page posts. So as you can see, there's a lot of different metrics, and so it's up to you to just pick what you're interested in. For me, I'm interested in the page impressions. So here, so the number of time people saw content on the page. I'm also interested in the page engaged users. So this is the number of people who engage with the page, so clicks and other engagement type. And then I'm also interested in the page consumptions, which is the number of time people clicked on any of the content of the page. So as you can see, there's different type of consumption, so link clicks, photo views, video views, and so on and so forth. So those are the metrics I'm going to be using today. Again, you feel free to just look around and pick whatever metric you're interested in. So to build the report, we're going to go to Make. So let's go. So to build a report, we're going to use Make. So let's go ahead and open our Make account. And let's create a new scenario. The first module we're going to add is the HTTP module. So there. And we're going to make a request. So the way it works is that you have to first add the URL of the API, so graph.facebook.com, then you have to add the correct version. Right now the current version is the 15th. Then add the ID of your page and inside, and then the access token we got here. Then you add the metrics you want to retrieve. So in my case, the impressions, the engaged users, and the consumptions. And then the last step is to add, well, the time range you want to get those metrics for. So I want a weekly report. So for the period, I'm going to choose the week. So this is going to get me the metrics for a week. And then I'm going to also add a date preset. And what this is going to do, that is going to give me by default the last week. So, and the last week defined as the week starts on Monday and it ends on Sunday. So for example, if I run this report every Monday, then I will get the metrics of the previous week. So this is it. Now all I'm going to do is run the request and let's see what we get. So as you can see, we have 200 code, so it means that the request worked. So let's see the data we get. So here we have a little problem. Even though I asked to parse the response, the data is just retrieved in a long string, and so this is just not convenient to be able to add in a. It is not convenient to be able to reuse it later. So what I'm going to do here, that I'm going to add a JSON module, so the parse JSON module, to be able to have the data in better format. So let's retry this. Okay, so now I have data that I can actually use. So the data is now in several collections. So here I have the impressions and the values are there. And I'm going to be able to add them in my spreadsheet later. So next, let's do it for LinkedIn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a router in my scenario. So I'm going to do this to make the router the first step. And then this is going to be the first branch. So this is going to be the Facebook data. And this is going to be the LinkedIn data. So to use LinkedIn, I'm going to have to retrieve the URN number of my organization. So to do this, let's get this, so the page statistics. And what this is going to do is just allow me to choose the page. So I can choose this page. And then I'm just going to run this module to be able to get my URN number. So here, okay, I have the organizational entity. And the reason why we are not actually going to use this module is that it doesn't have the information I want. So I have the clicks and the views, but I don't have the impressions and the engagement and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to retrieve this. And to get the information I'm interested in, I'm going to do an API call instead. So let's delete this. We won't need it anymore until we have the information. And I'm going to add the make an API call module. And then we're going to make API call. So if we take a look at the LinkedIn API documentation, we can see that what we need is this endpoint, so the organization page statistics. And this is how it works. So, okay. So I'm going to just get this API request, and I'm going to copy paste it in this module. Okay, so I have my URL, so let's try this and see what we get. Okay, so I have the information. So I have my impressions, the engagement, the click count, the like count, the impression count. Okay, perfect. One thing I'm going to need to do is just to add a time range, because as you can see here, there's no time range. So this there's no way of knowing what's the time frame of those metrics. So if we get back to the API documentation, okay, so time intervals, time range, okay, and so you have a start and an end, and we have to set it in a timestamp in milliseconds. So what we are going to do here is that since we don't have any date preset like we have with the Facebook API, I'm going to have to create set variable module, and this module is going to be the start date and end date of the report, and I'm going to use date and time functions to make sure that the dates are dynamic. That is to say that they change depending on the depending on when I run the report. So let's go to set variable. So I'm going to set a start date and an end date. So for the start date, for the start date, since the report is going to run weekly every Monday, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get the date of the previous Monday by using the add date function. So I'm going to go there, add days, okay. So then I'm going to choose now, and then I'm just going to remove 7 days, and this is going to give me the previous Monday, every Monday. And I'm also going to use the format date function, and what this is going to do, that is going to allow me to make this timestamp, and this is the date format that is used in the LinkedIn API, okay, start date. And then I'm going to do the same for the end date. So for the end date, it should be the previous day, so Sunday. So instead of removing 7 days, I'm only going to remove 1 day, and this is going to give me, so this will give me the previous Monday, and this will give me the previous Sunday. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm going to go back to the LinkedIn. Then I'm going to go back to the LinkedIn module, and I'm going to add the date range. So the way it works is the following. You have a start date and an end date. So the start date is going to be, the start date, and the end date is going to be, the end date we've defined previously. Okay, so this should work. And now that I have my data, I'm going to add everything in my spreadsheet. So the way you're going to do it, it really depends on how your spreadsheet is formatted. So let me show you what my spreadsheet looks like. So my spreadsheet looks like this. So here I have, I get the column of the first empty column. So here is the C, because there's nothing there. And for example, if I add a date there, then it's going to be D, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to need to do in my case, since I want to update a column, And in Integromat, you only have the option to update a row. I'm going to need to use the Google Sheets API. So let's do this. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first get the cell C1 to know which column I should update. And then I'm going to update this accordingly. So let's set this up. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the get range value module over there. So get range values, okay. Okay, and I'm going to add it there. So it's going to be the first module. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to select my spreadsheet. And I'm going to select my sheet. So right now it's sheet 2. And the range is going to be this range. So like this. So it's going to be sheet 2. Yeah, I think it's, yes, perfect. So let me just copy paste this. So the range is going to be, oh yes, I don't need this. So it's only going to be C1, okay. And then I'm going to get the values. So let me run this module. Perfect. So now I got, I have my my column. And what I'm going to do next is just to update the spreadsheet using the batch update method. So let's run the API call. So so the way it works is that we're going to enter the path of the API. So it's spreadsheet, then your spreadsheet ID, and you can get this over there. And then it's values and batch update. And then you have to write the body of the request over there. And now I have to just to add the values. So I have this. So I'm going to update the cells C3, C5, and C7. So those cells, this one, this one, this one, this one. And what I'm going to need to do here is to add, well, the values in the JSON that we did previously. So let me do this. So in this cell, so the cell C3, so this cell here, I'm going to update the date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the values, and I'm going to add a formula, because since I'm going to run this report every Monday, so it's going to be the date minus 7 days, and this is going to give me, as we did previously with LinkedIn, it's going to give me the, well, the date of the day. So let me set this up. So let me find this, okay, add days. So now minus 7, and then I'm going to use the format date, and this time I'm not going to use a timestamp. I'm just going to use a regular year, month, date. Oh, okay, I'm just going to do it this way. So YYMMDD. And so, and let me close. Okay, so now here I'm going to get the date. And then the values there, it's going to be the values of the JSON. So I'm just going to add this. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the values I need. So there we go. So here's the value I'm interested in. So I'm going to do this. And what I'm going to need to do is just to, well, choose the data array, because as you remember, we have 3 collections in the array. So I'm going to have to choose which collection I'm interested in, and to choose which value I'm interested in. So since there are 7 values and 3 collections, what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to add the first collection. Then I'm going to choose this last value, because this is going to give us the data we're interested in. So I'm going to do the same thing for the 3 different values. So here I'm using, this is going to be the impressions. Okay, impressions, engagements, and clicks. Okay, so let me make sure that this is what we have. Perfect. So data 2 and data 3. Okay, so this is going to be it for Facebook. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the same, but for LinkedIn. I'm going to duplicate this module, clone, add it here. So I'm going to remove this part. I just want to make sure I'm not, okay, so I need to remove all of this. Okay, and then I just need to change the, well, the number of the cells. So in there is going to be C9 to C11. So let me do it. And I'm going to get the data I'm interested in. So in there's no need to, well, use arrays because we have all the data in a very simple format. So first I'm interested in impressions, so impressions. Then I'm interested in what's there, the engagement. So the engagement, where is the engagement? There. And then I want to get the clicks, so I'm going to get the click count. Okay, so C9, C11. So now let's run the entire request and see what we get. Okay, so here there's a mistake. I forgot to put the post method and not the get method. So let me correct that, because in the Google Sheet API, it's a post method. So let me switch this up, post and post. So let's try again. Okay, as you can see here, it works. So don't be like me and don't forget to make sure that this is post method, and let's see what we get. So as you can see here, we get the date. So because I'm running this, I'm filming this on Sunday, I'm getting, well, the Sunday of last week. So September 18th, I have the impression, the engagement, the clicks, and same for LinkedIn. And so here I'm just have to modify the script in order to take into account the cells. Okay, so I'm going in. So instead of having the C here, we're going to get, well, the column number here. So I'm going to replace this over there and over there. And I'm going to do the same here. Okay, and the last thing is the scheduling. So we're going to schedule this every Monday. So Monday, and let's do it early in the morning. So let's do it at midnight. So that every Monday we have the updated data for the last week. So this is it, we are done with our report. And if you want to have the full template available, which not only includes Facebook, LinkedIn, but also TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, check the description below and you'll be able to find the template with the make scenarios and the spreadsheet. So as always, I hope that this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.